Okay. Okay, so welcome everyone. This is VS Code Talks, and our guest today is Bart Kooijmans. So introduce us or just tell us something about you and who you are, what do you do, and we'll take it from there.
Yeah. Oh, thanks, Ricardo. Hello, I'm Bart Kooijmans. I'm from the Netherlands. I'm 35 years old, married, and have three kids. I am a .NET software developer for 14 years now, trying to make most of the Microsoft stack. In my spare time, I like to no spend time in nature or with my kids, or start running or mountain biking. I like doing that stuff.
Cool.
Well, that's yeah.
Awesome. So tell us, do you use VS Code?
Well, yeah, it's funny you ask because only started using it a few months ago. I've been a user of the full-blown Visual Studio experience since it was called 2005 edition, when we
Yeah,
still called it 2005, the full name, not 20, and
something.
then the other 20 something. So I've started using it in 2007 and always used that one. So I didn't have the urge to use Visual Studio Code because why try to use that if you have the full-blown Visual Studio?
Yeah.
But well, I had some reservations about it. It's my first idea was it's just Notepad++, but then the Microsoft variant of it. But I'm getting to know it now.
It's growing on
I'm
you.
using it for 3-4 months now.
Okay. And you mentioned Notepad++, and I used Notepad++ for long time until VS Code was released. So why did you start using VS Code if you were already happy with something else?
I'm a consultant or contractor, just how you will see it. And I switched jobs a few months ago. I switched projects, I used to say. And from a Microsoft stack, I went to a AWS and TypeScript stack. So there was no usage of Visual Studio anywhere in the building. And the idea of the TypeScript or Python we needed to choose in the begin is we start with Visual Studio Code. It's a good lightweight editor, and most people are using it for other usages. So it was a natural way for me as a newcomer to join in.
Yeah. So you had other colleagues or people on your team that were already using it, was it?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
had other colleagues using it before, but I never had the incentive of using it myself.
Yeah.
Because now I didn't have a Visual Studio at all. I could use the community version or something, but
Yeah.
no, I tried to give it a go.
And it worked for
Yeah.
you. That's awesome.
Yeah, I
So
had some reservations, like I said, but it works out fine when you are used to it.
And you are using now AWS and TypeScript, or what are you doing? Is it Angular or React or something like that?
No, no front end stuff. We're doing Lambda functions in AWS, and the
Okay.
Lambdas are implemented in TypeScript.
Okay. My
So no
ignorance.
no Angular or front end stuff in it. It's just TypeScript as a backend server.
Okay. Cool. That's awesome.
And as a backend programmer myself, I stopped doing front end years ago. The VS Code is sometimes a little bit too lightweight if you have the real Visual Studio.
Yeah, you miss
When
some
when
of the
you're
features
using
that.
used to the experience of fixing errors or noticing errors or debugging, it's maybe I just missed the right plugins because when you download it, it's really lightweight.
Yeah, yeah.
And then some colleagues and friends noticed I tried this plugin, try that plugin, so you configure in it bottom up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
one thing that I like a lot about VS Code is that there's a huge community, and eventually there's already a plugin for something that you need. So you can just search for something, or you can get references from friends or colleagues or someone that is using. Probably if there's someone more senior on the project that you are working, they already have some experience and they know how to
yeah,
be more productive, or they have a suggestion on that. So that would take me to the next question. Was what extensions are you using, if you are using any, to make you more productive?
Well, the only one I'm currently using is the TypeScript plugin. So I'm using so I can have linting for TypeScript and unit testing for TypeScript. Well, not linting. Linting is outside of Visual Code, so only the unit testing, I guess. That's the only part where I use a plugin.
Okay.
The rest is vanilla Visual Studio Code.
Okay, that's awesome. So, what do you love the most? What is the thing that you it makes you use a VS Code and not something else? Because yeah, some people, some colleagues, or someone in the company is using it, but you can also try to find some other tool. What's the main driver to be using VS Code?
Well, the main driver is just to have a Visual Studio experience because in the beginning I could do the same with just a Notepad++. It could do editing. It could do I had a separate PowerShell window to do the linting and the compiling and stuff. And now I noticed there's a built-in PowerShell tab in Visual Studio Code, so that's a nice add-in. So yeah, we have it integrated in together.
Yeah,
And I'm well uh, on top of Notepad, it's just extra compiling and the test running. Having to run tests in Visual Studio is a big breakthrough over Notepad. So I
using like
started with TypeScript like 15 years ago. I'd have a console log here and a console log there to see if my code was doing what it did, and I missed the debug experience. So yeah, well, having a proper debug experience is a good stuff, a good
yeah,
thing to do,
and
and have compile time or develop time compile issues that to have them beforehand.
yeah.
Yeah,
And you mentioned testing. I'm a huge fan of testing. So what are you doing? Like Karma and Jasmine or
we
Jest?
use
Where are you
ES
using?
Jest,
Oh, Jest. Yeah, yeah.
yes, and we used it to make our unit tests and to make a TDD, so test driven
Mm-hmm.
development. And then you have yeah, lots of tests. Um, yeah, if you want to use it in a separate PowerShell window, you can run the test command, but it's better if it's integrated in the IDE.
Yeah, well, one thing that I do a lot is because of that integrated terminal, I split the terminal and I have it one side running and on the other side the tests running. For instance, with the watch flag, and every time that I change something in the code, they run. I tried the extension to run the tests, but I find it that it's slower, and I often have to refresh and wait that the tests, all of the tests, are discovered. So personally, I just use the terminal most of the time. Um, so you mentioned that because you are used to Visual Studio as an IDE, and there are some differences with Visual Studio Code, that it's just a code editor, fan, text editor on steroids. Um, what is the thing that you hate the most on VS Code?
Well, one thing I love that I didn't mention is linting, and that exactly is also a thing that I hate. Linting is a nice thing that I didn't use or didn't find in the normal Visual Studio, but I guess it's there for the .editor configurations. But if you have linting for to make some formatting explicitly, I think that's a good thing. So you have linting for YAMLs, for TypeScript, for whatever files you create, but there's no direct response in it. So it's lots of the process is more trial and error. So if you have a complete product, you change 10 files, and then you check for linting, and then you have 100 errors, and then you fix them, and then you have 100 another errors.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, that's. I'd like to have more direct feedback. I didn't discover if that's possible yet.
Um, so you're
So that
talking
you have
about
linting as
linting
you
as
go.
running the linter and not IntelliSense completion and stuff. I know that you can run, you can set the rules on your RTS config, and when you are using a linter, you can also set some rules. I don't know, are you using TS lint or ES lint?
ESLint.
Yes, Lean. Yeah. So I suppose that are some rules that you can use, and there's some integration on the IDE that will show you on VS Code, not an IDE, that will show you as you type some squiggly lines and some warnings. Maybe we can at some point try to figure out something. Um, I know that there's something that you can do there to improve that experience. I use a lot, like because you mentioned people use console.log to debug. I have a rule that doesn't allow console.log, so I get warnings on the code that the console.log is there, and I just remove it before even running the linter. So there's something that can be done there. So what's your favorite shortcut? Are you a fan of shortcuts, or you are use
Yeah,
them
I'm
all?
a very fan of shortcuts. I use the comment and uncomment, Control K, Control C. That's a thing I do often, but I didn't use many shortcuts specific for VS Code. Just the normal code editing like Control KC or Control KU for uncomment.
Yeah,
I think that's the shortcut I use most.
yeah. One that I use a lot is the duplicate line, and well, I have different keyboard bindings because I use the um, Resharper for so long, and all the team was using the IntelliJ shortcuts. So there's a plugin, an extension that you can install on VS Code that lets you use those shortcuts if you are used to them. So I use a lot the shortcuts of I think it's Control Shift or Command Shift up and down, and you can move the position of the lines of code. And I, especially when I'm testing, sometimes I don't add the conditions in the right order. Sometimes I need to move them a bit. So that's something also cool.
Another
Oh,
shortcut I use very much is the Control X on an empty selection that removes the entire line.
yeah,
I've used that for years now, and occasionally I try to use it in Word or Notepad or some tool that doesn't know what I
support it.
mean,
Yeah,
but it doesn't support it yet. But that's a functionality that I use often. Just Control X on an empty selection and it removes the line. Just messes up your clipboard as well, but
yeah.
I use that often.
Another extension that I use, and because I was mentioning Resharper, there's an extension. Have you ever used a Resharper, by the way?
No, I get a chance to use it, but I'm not a fan of ReSharper. I have a bad marriage with it. It's too obtrusive for me with trying to make me
Force
write
you to
other
do
code.
something in
It's
the different way.
forcing me to use the latest C# features,
Okay.
which in my opinion aren't always the best looking features, like
Yeah.
the one line getters and setters and such.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, like, because you mentioned the clipboard, another extension that I like to use is one that keeps track of your clipboard. And if you do Control Shift V instead of Control V, it gives you a list, and you can pick something that you had on your clipboard before. And sometimes when I'm moving things around, it's really useful. Yeah, so I think. The more experience that you get because you are just using um, 3 months VS Code, you'll get more comfortable, and eventually you'll even love it more.
Do you
Um,
use TypeScript yourself?
yeah, yeah, I'm do
What plugin or interface do you use for unit testing? Because the plugin that I use now, when I can't run a single test, it just it allows me to run the entire test in the UI, or if a test failed, I can debug one failed test. But I didn't figure out if I can do just one test
I
that
can
didn't fail.
I can
The UI doesn't allow me to do that.
let me see.
So I add an assert for one expects one to be two. so that it fails, and then I can do a debug why it failed in the previous case.
What you're saying is that when you want to debug, you just want to run a specific test and
Yeah, I
not all
changed
of
one
them.
functionality, and I want one specific unit test to see, uh, to step into it or to see if it still works.
Yeah. So there's an extension that is called I think test. Actually, I wasn't prepared to be asked questions. Test runner. I know that you have a test runner. Um, maybe I'll just.
I don't have to answer it right now. We can come back to it later. But it's just
No,
a
no.
question that came up.
There's a test runner that you can install. I think the test runner is an extension. I was
I have now
trying to
something
find
called
it.
VS Code Jest Test.
Yeah, and there's an adapter that you can use for Jest. I never used Jest before. I don't know. I know that for Karma, um, you can just use the F. If you prepend the it with F, it just focus on that test and just runs that test, and just ignores everything else. So that's something that
Okay.
I can use. And when I'm using the extension and I have tests showing, the extension has the option to run or to debug just that test, and you can use it for that. Um, I know that there is an extension also, or a jest adapter. Um,
But the way to use Visual Studio Code is like configuring it with your extensions. So it isn't recommended to use it as a vanilla Visual Studio, or because I'm used to not doing much with extensions, but I'm getting the vibe that if you want to make the most of Visual Studio Code, you have I don't say lots, but you have some extensions to make it workable for your specific use cases.
yeah, I'm a person that I don't believe that I'm the sole creator of problems. Someone already have a problem, and eventually someone already solved it. So I always try to see if there's an extension or something that I can use. But in the beginning, and because I'm not um, entirely sure that this test runner and this extension works for me for the reasons that I already mentioned. I usually just run things on the console, and when I just want to run one test, I use that focus flag, or I
Yeah, the
prepend the test
console,
and then just runs that one.
it's a thing I learned to appreciate a lot more in using TypeScript. That everything can be done via PowerShell or the console or the terminal.
Yeah,
You can run the test, you can run the linting, you can run the builds. Yeah, I'm used to be
yeah,
using a UI for everything, and now in .NET Core you have more power to the terminal, but it's good to know for CI/CD purposes as well, that you can do the same terminal things that you do on a build server.
yeah. And something that I do a lot is I create scripts on the package .json file for things that I'm going to need um, for sure more than once, and I just add them there, and I just update the README file so that people on the team or in the future, or even if I forget, I can just refer to those and see how it works. Um, so I don't know, just Bing it with Google or Google it with Bing. Just see if anyone had the same issue and what works for you. And in one other future iteration, maybe we can do a bit of pair programming and we explore some of the um, ways that we can write those tests and debug those tests and how you solve that problem and
Yeah.
how it works on Karma if you want to see in a different way. Anyway, I would like to thank you for this minutes and to talk with me today. And I hope to see you soon. So thank you a lot.
Okay. Thank you very much.